What's going on, everybody out there in the Frontline universe, and welcome back to another episode of Dark Avenger Live. With the drum beat in the background, Brant's back.
What's up, guys?
And he brings the drums, and he brings nice artwork in the background. I like that new picture to your, if you're mirrored, that side. The first side, nope, other side. Yes. Yes, that's new.
Yes, that's by the artist on the book, Julia.
I love it.
That's gonna be one of the postcards.
Ah, look at that right there. And I'm glad you mentioned that. We'll talk about the Kickstarter in a moment. First, I would like to say, hey, JLS. What's up, Jesse? What's up, Kenneth Crawley, my friend? He is always on my live shows. We got Alan in the comments as well. The Wasp didn't get it. No, the Wasp is playing the drums tonight.
Yeah.
Listen to that Wasp play.
He's good.
He's very good. So Brant's gonna have a
the Lizard's on guitar.
Who's on the Lizard's on guitar? So Brant has a beat to his background tonight. That baby face. I shaved. Yes, I had to shave. I went as Luigi for Halloween, and then I had to shave the mustache off because I did not want to keep just the mustache. I like having the goatee. But anyway, beside the point, we're not talking about my goatee. We're here to start the show. Now, last week we did it. The week before that we did it. And now this week, once again, don't worry. I know everybody's like, Chris, you've talked about this every show. We're going to talk about it until 2 Fridays more from now, right?
Yes.
So we got 2 more Fridays to go, everybody. Stick with it. It is The Last Ember Kickstarter. Brant, you have some good news, actually. I saw the news as you were popping it up today.
Yeah, no, very exciting today. We jumped to 52% funded, so we're more than halfway now. It was crazy. We were only at 46 yesterday, and we jumped all the way to 52. We got like $300 in funding today, so that's pretty awesome. We got 100 backers. Actually, we got 102 now, so we've passed that milestone as well. And we unlocked another milestone, which was a digital copy of your book, Celestial Falcon. So that goes to all backers now.
Wasn't there another goal? You said we're at 50%. Wasn't Celestial 40?
No, Celestial was 50.
Oh, what was 40?
40 was the Jack-o'-lantern print that he said.
Right, Lisa's Jack-o'-lantern print. Okay.
Yeah, which we unlocked earlier in the week, a couple of days ago.
Right.
So,
okay.
Or it might have been yesterday, actually. It's been a crazy couple of days.
Yeah, you've been jumping leaps and bounds. So we are almost there, guys. We are over halfway. Yes, it's only by 2 points, but believe me, it's been 2.5 weeks since the Kickstarter started. There's still 2.5.
2 weeks exactly, I think, actually.
Oh, right, 2 weeks exactly. Because 2 weeks ago you were on. You weren't on last week, and now this. Yeah, so 2 weeks exactly, and there's still 2 more weeks to go. And as a matter of fact, I think if we're doing Dark Avenger Live, that Friday, I believe, it ends at night, right? It ends at 12 midnight that Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be in the final stretches 2 weeks from now on Dark Avenger Live.
Yep.
Hopefully to getting that goal. So, guys, if you haven't backed The Last Ember yet, look at the artwork behind Brant's head. I mean, come on. How could you say no to the artwork that's behind Brant's head? I mean, there's the cover.
Yeah, that's the cover. Side. That is art from the artist that does the art in the book. That is not, but it's still cool.
Well, do you want to mention where you can actually get that print for backing The Last Ember, and there's actually there's an and to that art piece though.
Yeah, the artist that did this piece up here, which it's hard to see because there's a glare on it, I know. His name is Andrew Long. He's got a Kickstarter going on right now too. It's called Figment and Flame, a fantasy art book, and it's an art book of all his gorgeous art like that. And if you've seen us at conventions and stuff, or you've seen Lisa post stuff online, all those dragon prints and pretty girl prints and stuff, that's what's in that art book. And if you back his and ours, you get at the physical copy level, you get that in 2 versions. You get the color version and the black and white ink version.
So you get 2 posters, you get the postcards you have. So far, we're all the way up to Celestial Falcon digitally. You got the pumpkin post, you've got Lucas's art piece, and there's still 5 more tiers to go, or 6?
Of the milestones, there's
I know every 10, and I think it's 95 and 100.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to go.
7 more to go.
Yep.
A lot more to go. Oh, there we go. Alan Switch. I was like, wait a minute, why is there 2 Molins? And then I'm like, oh. What was the inspiration? Here's a question for you, Brant. Kenneth, what was the inspiration for the main female hero in the last Ember Press main hero? Was it Jean Grey, Supergirl, Scarlet Witch, or a combination of all 3?
I would say, I mean, Jean Grey, there's obviously influence there because, you know, she is a fire-based hero, but I've always been drawn to those kind of heroes. I'm like a big fan of Firestar from the New Warriors and, you know, Starfire from Teen Titans and those kind of characters. But really, the inspiration, and I've talked about this a lot, it comes from the logo, and I don't have the Last Ember Press logo. Well, here, I don't know how well you can see that, but the flame up in the corner.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. When I designed that logo, Lisa pointed out that it looked like a female silhouette in the middle, and that's kind of where the true inspiration came from. To actually, once we realized, hey, that's kind of cool, she should be fire-based, and then, you know, we started pulling from different things and, you know, that kind of thing. So that's really where the inspiration came from.
Right. Jay's in the comments. What's up, Jay? As a matter of fact, speaking of Jay being in the comments, you and Jay were in the comments to a friend of yours now, a friend of mine, and I think he's a friend of Jay's now also. Yeah. I can't pronounce it. You go ahead and pronounce his last name.
Brad Linder.
Brad Linder. Mm-hmm. He actually did a card sketch.
Yeah, sketch card. Hold on, I'll try to find. He sent me a picture of the finished piece. I'll try to show it. I don't know how well it'll show, but yeah, he did a live sketch on Facebook earlier tonight as a favor, just to help out. And I think last time I looked, it already had 86 views. But
yep, look at how awesome that card looks.
Yeah. So he's gonna send that to me, and maybe we'll add it to the Kickstarter or do something with it.
Well, if there's only one, you'd have to make copies of it.
Well, no, it would be like limited to one person or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll do something with it though. But it's really cool, and much props to him for doing it. That was really awesome of him to do it. And so we were excited. We got to watch it live and watch it happen. So it's pretty cool.
I'm glad I caught it and I shared it right away when I saw he started. He's a really, really, really talented artist. That artwork looks amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's a very talented artist, and I also enjoyed with Brad, and we got to see if we can get him on Dark Avenger Live at some point, especially if he ever is involved in any of the Last Ember Press products, projects, not products, or if he ever wants to talk about his book, because that's what we like to do on Frontline. We like to help out people who are talking about their books. But he's a very talented. He was really deep with when he was sketching. He was talking about like artist hints. He was giving his perspective on art. The fact that he loves that Ember is actually a 90s-esque feel, which he likes that. That's a trend I noticed with almost all of our books, if not all of our books. Most of our books have that 90s feel to it, I would say.
I would say some of them do. I mean, some of the stuff we're working on now that we haven't shown a whole lot of probably doesn't, but like your book and I guess Pneumatic Case is a little bit too. What are you frowning at? What are you looking at?
Again, with the reading, when I'm reading and it's far away, computer, remember.
Okay, it's me out.
Not frowning you. I'm trying to turn my head so you know I'm not frowning at you. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a good job.
No, it's cool. I mean, I think with this, it's like a more simplistic, more simple line kind of style, and I kind of like that. It fits the character, so we just try to fit, the style to the book. Right. And again, we do apologize for the music. There's like a bar right next door. I'm in the office, and it's Friday night, so
it gives the live show a nice.
And I'll be honest. Yeah.
But it gives a live show a nice. But anyway, if you haven't backed the Kickstarter yet, we hope you do. There are so many things still to be unlocked. So many things were unlocked. You've got the sketch card, as Brant mentioned, which will be thrown in somehow, some way. We still got those 2 movies. I mean, if during a live show, the Kickstarter jumps up anywhere from 10 to 20%, I've got 2 movies, and I will do a giveaway. If not, then when the Kickstarter's over, I'll do the giveaway. But if the Kickstarter was to jump, per se, from 52 to 60%, because 2% is already done, that's only 8% more to go.
I'll tell you. I'll give you solid numbers on that too. Right now, it is at $1,824. 60% is $2,100. So we have to jump up like $276.
So if there is enough added to the Kickstarter in the amount of about $270, $280, we'll give away a movie. Same thing if it goes up another 10%, we'll give away 2 movies. If not, then we wait till next week and we give away the next movie if it jumps up 10%. We're trying to get this Kickstarter funded because this is an important book, and I know that you guys are going to love this book. I've talked about it. Even when Brant wasn't here, I talked about this book. So definitely, if you haven't backed it yet, back it at any level. But make sure you definitely back it. You will not be disappointed. And Jay had to bring up the toilets, didn't you?
Yeah, he sure did.
He had to do it.
I do want to say, as far as you giving away the movies and stuff, that is something related to this show.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I said that last time. It's related to this show. It is not connected to.
Yeah. Just because we can't do rewards and stuff on Kickstarter, we want to make sure there's a distinction there.
Specifically,
I mean, like that prizes, raffles, that kind of thing. Sorry.
Right. No, absolutely. This is specifically from me. I have no involvement in the Kickstarter. This is not my Kickstarter. It's Brant's and Lisa's Kickstarter. It's not my book. It's not my Kickstarter. I'm doing this just strictly as a friend. I'm giving you guys something if we get to that tier on Brant's Kickstarter. This has nothing to do and is not connected in any way to the Kickstarter. Brant knows what you mean, but I was sick last night and I was on medication. So thank you, Jay, for bringing that up. Plus, it was
I supposed to edit something out of that, Chris? I'm just messing with you. I'm actually in the middle of editing it, so I paused it to do this show.
Look at how dedicated Brant is, and then he's gonna go home, get away from the drum beat, and finish editing. But anyway, so back to Kickstarter. Brant will be watching it. We'll talk about it again at the end of the show. And yeah, so let's get into the normal show now. Mike and I, we didn't come on this past Tuesday. It was Halloween. And certain people got us sick the day after Halloween.
Yourself.
Really?
That Tommy, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. So we went trick-or-treating. We had a blast. Hopefully you guys had a great Halloween. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you noticed, Brant, but PlayStation's been putting out a ton. Too much candy. Yeah, I wish too much candy. We did have a lot of people this year. A lot of people were giving candy away this year. I asked Mike what he thinks about GameStop doing in-game rentals.
Can I ask Mike what he thinks about?
Yeah, what do you want? Go ahead.
Doing in-game rentals? Is GameStop becoming like a Blockbuster number 2?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
The beat stopped?
Why are we?
Wow, as we started talking about Blockbuster.
Oh, there it is.
I was just saying, like, they're doing in-game rentals. I mean, I don't know what to think of that, really.
Game Buster.
I mean, it's all right, I guess, just to check if you want to get the game or not. Like, if you want to make that final decision. So, I guess in some ways, it's like just saying, like I said before, why don't you just bring back Blockbuster and why are you making a game?
Because Blockbuster was for movies. Games were a side.
Alright, well, I guess it'll be. Are they doing it like right now or what? The whole thing.
There's talks about it happening.
So in other words, it's gonna come. It's coming.
You can hear it, but it is. Oh no, it isn't bad, Jay. Me and Brent made a joke of it before we started the live show, so that's why I'm just carrying on the joke. But I like how this drum is it a drummer or is it actual karaoke in your background?
No, that's an actual band this week.
It's an actual. That explains it. I was gonna say because those drums sound way too good for a karaoke machine.
Yeah.
So actually, I'll give you guys some heads up on what the card we had. Crimson Invasion dropped today for Pokemon.
Yep.
And Mike and I actually did an entire booster box. Everything all right, Brant?
Yeah. What?
I heard a thud like.
Oh, and my phone slid off the thing. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I want to make sure you're all right. And we actually did a live opening of the Sun and Moon Crimson Invasion booster box. Unfortunately, Brant and Lisa couldn't join us, but hopefully next time we'll have them on. I think the next set isn't scheduled till January-ish.
Sort of.
Ish. So he's fighting the wasp again. He's trying to kill the wasp that's playing the drums.
Yeah. No, all the wasps are gone.
The drums.
My window. The way they were getting in, by the way, because we're on the 8th floor, right? The window was cracked open a smidge, and we could not close it. We had to call maintenance to come up here and close the stupid window. That's how they were getting in.
Oh, what did they have to do? They had to break the fix the frame, or they just pushed it? They pushed it down?
We weren't here when they fixed it. They fixed it overnight or over the weekend or something. I don't know.
Okay. Can you open and close it, or you haven't tried to open it because you're not going to take the chance?
I'm not going to take the chance.
Don't blame
It's a really old kind of window where you have to crank it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So.
Crank windows.
Yeah. Not worth it. It's an old building they're renovating slowly.
Brant killed the wasp. That is why Voyager replaced her in the Founders statue.
That's right. Poor Janet.
My God. So, did you get to play your Odyssey yet, Mr. Mike?
Well, yeah, I told you I have to do something over the weekend, and then I'm going to do it.
Oh, that's right. You have a test this weekend.
Well, yeah.
Mike's taking a teacher's test this weekend.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow, that's sarcastic. Yeah, thanks, man.
No, like, I didn't want to say it on live. But
why? You didn't want to jinx yourself?
No, I didn't mind. Just, I'll try to play it maybe Sunday or something, because I got a lot of other stuff I have to do. It's crazy.
Oh, Scotty says good luck as well. So if anybody would like to talk about anything in the comments, you guys are welcome. Rest in peace, Janet Van Dyne. If anybody would like to talk about anything in the comments, feel free to throw anything down, and we will definitely discuss. This is actually a very light week. Not much really happened. I haven't even read this Wednesday's books yet because we still have to do the review for last week's books, which I'm actually debating about the Dark Avenger review as well. Come 2018, there's a lot of things that are going to be flipping up and changing in life in general for me come 2018, but that's for 2018. We're going to finish out 2017. By the way, nobody forget, it's Fall Back this coming Saturday.
Saturday going into Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah, so basically like
first weekend.
Yeah, so basically like 1 o'clock will be twice. So basically instead of
1 will go to 1 again.
So it's Fall Back, Spring Forward. So, oh boy.
Teacher Mike.
And also don't forget also what else is Sunday. Remember.
Yeah, apparently there was a paper scotch taped on the New York Transit, all over the New York Transit, that Anonymous will be making a statement in the city on the 3rd of November.
The 4th of November?
Nope, it's going to be Saturday. It said the 3rd of November.
The 3rd of November is today.
Yeah, today.
Then it is the 4th of November.
Remember the 5th of November Sunday? Aren't you listening?
I don't listen. I watched
that. Is your problem.
It was a good movie. I read the comic. It was a good comic. That's
You're
it.
Damn right.
The hell am I going to remember 4th or 5th?
Because it's never mind. It's more than just a comic thing, you know that, right?
Oh, I know.
It's like an actual historical thing.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to drive him nuts because Mike's the one that does the quote all the time.
Because it is.
I talk about wrestling, but that's so twisted right now. You can say that again. Glad I don't live in New York.
Hey.
I'll tell you, I'm glad I'm not in the city, and I'm glad I won't have to deal with the city this come weekend because I don't know and I don't know if that's legit or not. If somebody shows up in a anonymous mask, in the V for Vendetta mask, that's going to be funny. You'll know who they are. They'll run into Midtown and buy the V for Vendetta book with the mask. It's a nice mask.
It is a nice
Guy Fawkes mask.
There you go. You guys got to hear about the Star Wars game coming to NXT.
Wait, no. Yo, you guys hear about War Games coming to NXT?
Yes. I'm excited for that. You didn't know about that?
I didn't know.
I didn't know either.
It's the night before Survivor Series. It's the two rings, 2 cages all around.
Oh, yeah, you told me about it, Brant. That's
Yeah.
right. You told me about it. It's 2 rings, 2 cages. It's remember WCW when they had the 3 rings?
3 rings, yeah.
Now this is 2 rings.
This is 2 rings enclosed in a cage, and you got 2 teams of 5, and 1 person from each team enters at a time, and then every 2 minutes.
I'm gonna watch that. I'll probably end up looking at it.
Oh, of course you should. I would.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
I would.
I'm probably gonna watch that.
Well,
that match especially.
Well, I'm gonna go.
We have a band. We just need Brant to start singing.
No.
If we get 20% on the Kickstarter tonight, a plus 20%, I will force Brant to do a karaoke song before we go off the air. And you have 40 minutes to do it because it's 10:01. You have 39 minutes. It's counting down, people. 39 minutes. Can you get that Kickstarter up 20%? Go. Somebody in the comments is rich enough to add 120 somewhat, no, 200 and somewhat dollars. Come on. Where's that $200? Come on, for the $200 bracket, Brant and Lisa, is that the one where you guys? No, that's the $300 bracket. Where you do
yeah.
$300. $300, you get Brant and Lisa to help you with a book, with the flatting, and the come on. How could you say no to that bracket? Plus, you get all the other stuff from before. Physical.
That's right.
Sorry, go ahead.
For $150, you can get drawn into the issue.
$150, you can be in the issue, immortalized in a book for all time and space while it floats around in all the comic shops and all the other people's collections. You will be immortalized in a panel. Michael will forever be a pony, fairy, giggity goo thing.
So?
Sorority of power.
So? like it bothers me because it really doesn't.
Oh, I know, but it's just so funny that forever and ever, that's the way you'll be.
You're just jealous because you're not part of it.
I can talk about wrestling all night. That'll be my only wrestling comment, but back to comics and such. Where are we at right now on LEP Kickstarter?
It's 52% funded. 1824 is where we're at.
Okay, so there you go, Scotty. That's where we at. To immortalize as guy wearing the FBI hat and coat. No, if you wanted to jump 20%, it would be more like $300. You go to that $300 bracket, Jay, and boom, you're set. We're set.
Are we rounding off numbers?
Brant will, yeah, I'm rounding off numbers, damn it. We are set, and Brant will do it.
Wow, Jay's getting you really with them numbers.
Is up 8%, bring it to 60. Stop giving me math, Jay. I don't want to hear math. I just wanted to go up 20%. I don't care how much money they have to give. I would like them to give it so we can get that 20% up. I'll give away a movie, and Brent will be forced to sing. That's all we need to know. That's all people need to know.
If you wanted to go up 20%, that's $626.
See, so 2 people need to do that $300 bracket, and then somebody has to do a $60 bracket. So 3 people. Let's go.
Sure.
There you go. There's 2 spots on the 300. 2 spots. So 2 of you can do that. We can do it. At 10%, Brent will sing half the song. 10% Brent will do half the song.
I'll sing half a note, maybe.
Half a note. There you go. He'll do Do from Do Re Mi. There you go.
Do. All right, I gave that one away.
Yeah, 10%. Boom. We'll do Ray if you give the 10%. I prefer letter.
Prefer letters.
Hey, listen to this song.
To math, you mean? You prefer letters to math? I'm confused.
I'm guessing?
There are letters, you know, X square and Y square and all those other
That is true.
I don't want to think about that.
Well,
that hurts.
That's the foil.
I like tinfoil. That's about where I end with
the first outer, inner last.
The whole conversation just died. You see what you did there?
But why don't we just relax and turn on the radio?
Oh my God. Yes, Brad, he says he prefers letters to numbers. Well, there you go. He prefers letters to numbers. Remember that for the next comic conversation every Thursday night. Every Thursday night over on JLS Comics. There you go. So really, this has been a very light, quiet week. I love how the week was so quiet. It was Halloween on Tuesday. It was quiet again. And now today, Crimson Invasion dropped. Everybody's going bananas on online in general, I guess you could say. And then the weekend's going to be quiet, and then we come back on Monday, and we start the next week. Always a fun time.
Remember.
You can tell we have absolutely no subjects or topics for this show. Absolutely none.
Somebody give us something to talk about.
Yeah, somebody give us something to talk about this week. It's been too quiet. We can't just sit here and babble about stuff for another 40 minutes without having
Well,
something.
I did hear,
Oh, Mike heard something. Here we go. This will lead to a conversation. Go ahead.
Just that the Houston Astros won the World Series against the Dodgers. I mean, that's something.
They did. They actually closed the schools today for a parade.
Yeah, parade.
Mike's salty over the Yankees.
That was Yankees. That is not Houston. You see there. It is Yankees. And they should practice so that way they can get to the World Series.
Mike is so well. They don't have Joe Girardi anymore.
I could have seen that coming.
What the heck?
I have no idea.
Now they're hitting wood. I mean, the whole show could be based off of the drum beat that it goes on. No, I didn't read any new books this week. I know that Cap came out Wednesday. I really am excited to read Captain America.
The only thing I read was Spider-Man so far.
Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows, Spectacular.
Just Spider-Man. Miles.
Oh, Miles Spider-Man. Okay. Yeah. There's so many. It's like when you say you read Spider-Man, you got to specify now.
Yeah,
you Scarlet Spider-Man. Well, no, it's Scarlet Spider still, so at least you got that. Shut that faucet, Brent. Don't waste water. It's not his fault. I wanted the Astros to win so the Dodgers wouldn't win because they have a few of our old members, and I didn't want them to win one again since they didn't do it here.
I want the Dodgers to win because the Houston took out my boys, the Yankees.
Hard not to like the Astros. Sure, there are plenty of cars turned over in the name of fun. I'm happy the Astros won. I mean,
I'm not.
They earned their spot. You're just sour.
No, they beat my Yankee. So
do you taste the sour on his voice?
It's the Yankees. We're still number one with 27 World.
This is about my team, Mike, not yours.
I have no loyalty. I've only been here for 3 years. So.
Yeah, you don't even like baseball.
I used to. I was a Reds and Braves guy though.
Poor person, you.
I was born in Georgia, raised in Kentucky. I mean,
I understand. I know. Well, Jay, some of them did do it here. The salt is palpable. Sox weren't in it, so I had no dog in that fight. That said, I'm happy that the Astros finally won something. Is Big Papi retired from the Red Sox?
I don't know. Still got Judd. Wait, Michael,
yes.
Still got Judd that you could get. Chado and Bruce talking about what?
Bryce.
Oh, like
he's talking about baseball players.
Judge, yeah. Well, hopefully, maybe next season.
Next season, not this season. Fortunately,
they could have got 28 right there. We are the most World Series win in both American League and National League that are in the 20s. We got 27. No one's even reached 20 yet. Really? We're 27. We're on top. We're the best.
It's officially. I'm officially a backer. Best of luck of the project, Brant.
Ooh. Nice. So that was you. Okay. I just saw it come through and I didn't know who it was. Awesome. Thank you.
Jay Biz Creed. Jay Biz. I hope I said his name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. So we are at how much percent, Brent?
We are. Hold on. I'll tell you in a second.
52.5.
There goes that wood again. It checks.
thinking would.
We are at 1842 now.
1842. There you look at that. Look at that. We're getting close to 2,000.
Very close.
Very close. Then we only need another 1,500.
That's right.
Come on, guys.
That's not much.
Huh? No, it's
That's
not
not
much.
much.
No, not a problem at all. I have a few projects I'm actually working on, but it's kind of secret right now. I would love to sit here and I could talk a whole show about them. Brant knows a few of them, but I'm going to keep those under my hat until time is right. It's for you, Michael, nonetheless.
See, Michael, my name is Felice Superman.
Felice
Felice.
Superman.
That means that it is about my team, not yours. If you wanted to be about your team, name would be due to Yankees or Yankees. Well, you know, you live in Philly. Your team is not. Your Houston Astros are not in Philly. The Phillies didn't even make it to the playoffs. They were out.
Are we really gonna have a baseball debate?
He started it. And I don't need to be the dude of Yankees or Yanks of Rock or whatever.
You think WWE
Rock, I'm everything.
You think WWE would ever hire a comic book writer like Tom Taylor or Chris Claremont to write storylines? Absolutely not.
Just remember
that would be cool, though. I mean,
would.
Dennis Hopeless is writing the WWE comic book. It would be cool if they were like, "Hey, he does a really good job with that. Let's bring him over," and that would be cool.
I think who does do all the scripting now? Is it still Triple H or?
Oh, they've got a whole team of writers. I'm sure. I don't know who.
And they're still rinsing and repeating stuff.
Yeah, they always will. Come on.
Yeah, there's nothing really. You can't really go around it. Did John Cena officially retire? By the way,
oh my god!
Because a lot of people are like buy Cena or tributes.
I don't know.
How many times do they say goodbye to Cena and he comes back?
Yeah.
Seriously, it's getting annoying.
He's Hulk Hogan.
Exactly.
Except he wasn't kicked out of the WWE and the Hall of Fame at the same time. Triple H was wrestling this weekend. Yes, he did. He wrestled in Europe and he wrestled with the Shield. Did you see that clip, Brant?
No, I did not.
He came out in Shield attire and they did the fist pump thing and he put his fist. There are a lot of memes already about him fighting Seth Rollins and stuff and then him joining the Shield.
That's messed up.
That's messed up, really? People loved it.
That's messed up. Triple H being part of the Shield. Come on.
Watch the clip.
No.
A lot of people loved it.
Michael, I wouldn't talk about sports where our New York's football teams when Philly has the best record in the NFL. Well,
True.
How about the New York Giants defeating the New England Patriots when they were on a winning streak and they never lost? And at Super Bowl 42, the Giants creamed them. And not once, but twice. I believe it was in Super Bowl 46, I believe. I know it was Super Bowl 42 with the endless streak that we broke it. And I believe we fought them again in 46. I don't know if it was 46 or something, but and that game was even intense and closer.
Are we really debating teams?
Yes, we are. It's a discussion. It's what we're talking about, and damn it, that's what we are going to talk about.
Me and Brant are trying so hard to get away from this, and you just keep.
You're talking about wrestling, but you're trying not to do it. My goodness.
So
all I'll say is I can accept Kurt Angle, not Triple H, because
Kurt Angle was nice for the Shield. Yeah.
Triple H and Seth Rollins, they don't get along.
But you know what the thing is? They're going to do like what they did last year. Like Stephanie McMahon, she has to put her nose in the business on Raw to make Raw look bad. Because last year was Mick Foley versus, I believe, McMahon was last year, right? Mm-hmm. And they made Raw lose because of the way Stephanie was to make Raw win. Now they're doing the same thing again where probably SmackDown, making SmackDown the good guys and Raw the bad guys. So maybe this year, unlike last year, Raw should win and not SmackDown. Because I want Kurt Angle to stay as the general manager.
So you don't want to see Kurt Angle wrestle again?
I want to see Kurt Angle wrestle again. He wrestled in place of Roman Reigns at pay-per-view. He could wrestle whenever he wants and be a general manager at the same time. So there's no, you can't wrestle if you're not a general manager. He can wrestle.
What is your take on it, Brant? Who do you think's going to win?
It depends on who's on Team Raw.
They haven't given anybody for Team Raw yet except Kurt Angle.
I want to get
Braun Strowman.
Sure,
Braun Strowman, right.
Wait, what about Braun Strowman?
He's part of the team.
Of course Braun Stromboli is. They have to get one of those big
Braun Stromboli.
He looks like Stromboli from Pinocchio. If you really look at him. It is. Hey, Stromboli.
UFC. People still watch UFC?
I didn't even know it was still around.
I used to watch UFC all the time. I actually do like Michael Bisping, but I didn't know that there was an event tomorrow.
I had no clue. I don't watch. I've never watched UFC.
I used to love it.
I never watched it. No, it's fine. I was gonna say you got me into NXT, and I watched WWE. That was it.
I used to watch Ultimate Fighter all the time.
Was Jason David Frank part of that, or was he UFC?
No, he was MMA.
He was MMA.
Yeah, he's MMA. He's not part of UFC.
Yeah.
He's the different.
MMA, UFC, CTV, BBC, BET.
You're thinking of Brock Lesnar. That was UFC.
Yeah.
Back and forth with UFC, then coming to WWE. And I love how when they say Brock answers the challenge, where Paul Heyman does all the talking for him. It should be Paul Heyman does the accepting. The Brock is like this sexy, like, well, out here to Suplex City in the back. That's it.
You know, I have a good. I actually.
Is it true, Brant? Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. It's just
I don't see that as the truth of you saying you're right. You're just,
Yeah.
Are you making fun of me now?
I'm not. I'm just saying.
I'm making fun of because I did that too. I was like,
I have a really interesting comment question. This is going to be deep. From everybody in the comments section. It's going to be deep. Because it's going to pit Marvel against DC.
Okay.
DC Rebirth, Marvel Legacy. Jay says that, you know, I was saying in the beginning, you really can't compare the two. Because they're different. They were different things. You know, this is DC's phase into whatever's after Rebirth, and Legacy is what comes out of Secret Empire, and that's the new status quo. We're about halfway through Legacy, give or take. How are you feeling about Marvel Legacy as compared to how you felt about DC Rebirth around this time when you were reading DC Rebirth?
Yeah, it's gonna be
you first.
Okay. That's a hard question to answer because they are so different. I think Rebirth, there was more excitement around it. I was like really intrigued to try every single title kind of thing. I wanted to know where they were taking these characters. With Marvel Legacy, it's more like, okay, this is a little bit nostalgia, but I'm still just going to read the characters that I really want to read, and I don't really care about the rest. So it's a little bit different in that way. But I have enjoyed some of Legacy, and the same thing with Rebirth. I enjoyed some of Rebirth. So.
Hey,
I'm waiting for you to say me. Okay. So before, or I say after reading the New 52 of DC, I want to see how DC Rebirth was, like how in the previous 52, how they were. And their stories were really interesting. I liked the artworks because the artworks were really amazing. I'm reading Legacy, and first of all, the issue numberings are like,
they went back to Legacy numberings, like action and detective.
See,
I'll save it for mine. You go ahead.
I don't know. Like, some of them do catch me, but there are others like saying, okay, and what is your point you're trying to get across? For some of them, I don't know. I just felt that Rebirth was much more of a better hype of people who wanted to read about the pre-52 things again. Their Marvel Legacy.
I'm going to save comments up to this point so I can read them. So I'm just going to stay right here. Okay, keep talking. I'm just letting everybody know I'm going to get to the comments.
So I'm just saying that Legacy might probably not be as much hyped as the DC Rebirth was.
I'm not really enjoying Legacy. I'm not as excited about Legacy as I was with Rebirth. But the problem with me is I am more biased towards DC. I'm not impartial to DC and Marvel. I am biased. I've said that. Everybody knows I grew up with DC. So Rebirth was more exciting to me because we got back to a lot of the characters' original. It undid a lot of the things we hated about New 52. And it brought back Superman, my main character. It gave him a son. It brought back the marriage. It brought back other connections like Wally. It brought back the possibility of Iris and Barry. It brought back the possibilities with Hal and Carol. We're seeing that now in the latest Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. With Legacy, it just brought back, it just continued the story. It didn't really give us anything like, now obviously they weren't going to give us a reset button, but I feel like we're just continuing the stories along. We're just going to legacy it. And where DC only did 2 books, there are only 2 books in DC Comics that they brought back the legacy numbering to. Detective and Action. Their first 2 major books. Their only 2 major books before they started spiraling out into Superman, Wonder Woman, this and that. Action Comics wasn't only Superman at one time. It was a Superman story and then other stories in it. DC decided to separate characters and stories and gave Action 100% to Superman. They did attempt to make Action a multiple story book again in the early 2000s, and it failed in less than a year. I went right back to being Superman. But Marvel is renumbering and legacy numbering everything, all their books, X-Men, Captain America, Avengers, this team, that team, Amazing Spider-Man, including, I don't understand how you could include Superior Spider-Man. Why not say that Amazing Spider-Man took a pause, give Superior Spider-Man its own volume, its own series, and then continue with Amazing? You know what I mean? I don't know why Superior had to be part of Amazing Spider-Man. Legacy, there is a lot of inconsistencies with it, and I didn't like it. I mean, I'm not as excited. I'm not reading every single book like with Marvel. With DC Rebirth, I tried everything, even if I wasn't sure I would like it. With Marvel, I didn't try Falcon because I knew I wasn't going to like it. Or I jumped ahead to try it. I didn't bother trying Monsters. What's that? The Monster book.
Unleashed.
You? No, what?
Unleashed.
Monsters Unleashed. I didn't read that. I'm not reading Doc Strange. I'm not into Daredevil. I'm definitely not reading Black Panther. I'm not reading any of the Avenger books except when they do that crossover. I might jump in for that. Legacy didn't make me want to read everything Marvel.
And their lenticular covers are a little awful. So
their lenticular covers suck. But then again, their cover company, the company they have printing their covers, suck. So
at least the DC Rebirth were more.
I would love to get one of the heads at Marvel and put them in a room with Jay, and Jay has the right to ask them any question he wants, and they have to answer it.
Truthful.
Mm-hmm. That would get them. It's like putting Lois Lane in the room with them.
Wait, how would it be Lois Lane?
Because Jay would get down to the truth with everything.
Okay.
All right. Only read Marvel. It's probably DC. As someone that only reads Marvel, it's probably DC Rebirth. DC versus Marvel. I'm going to choose Godzilla. Oh, that's Alan. Godzilla. DC. Oh, we did that. And Jay agreed with me. It's less exciting. Marvel Legacy. I would agree. Marvel Legacy isn't really a relaunch, more of a stopgap. Rebirth was cohesive, line-wide story that immediately started moving forward from one shot, not with Legacy. Jay agrees. Yeah, Legacy is mainly continuation of what they were doing. Legacy is just lipstick on a. Okay, sounds like my ex. Oh my god. However, I like ANAD Marvel, all new, all different Marvel, so I didn't need a relaunch. So the fact that it's more or less unchanged is a plus for me. I'm waiting to hear chairs breaking in the bar because it gives them a larger number. Well, that's when we were talking about the legacy. Here's the thing with Marvel numbering. They can do math. They can't do math at all, and they did the numbers, continuing storylines, action, and detective. Each had a clear. Yeah, they did. They did have a clear line. Legacy returning. Heel to them. They did. Those felt like legacy numberings. The others are just like, we're grabbing all the volumes and just throwing them all. Venom had more miniseries than anything else, and you're throwing those all together. A little off. They're terrible. You do not want to put us in a room. I do. Jay, I do. Their homage covers get yeah, but still, it's not retroactively changing. It doesn't even want to change my lenticular cover sometimes. Well, that's just mine anyway. If you comment to lenticular, you do it. Yeah, if you commit to a lenticular, you do it right. I agree, Jay. Too much Venom right now, and yeah, we have one Venom crossover going into another, but it is 10:26. So before we end tonight's show, Brant, would you like to talk about your Kickstarter one more time? Let everybody know what's going on, what you got planned for the next week until the next live show.
Yeah, actually, Monday we're gonna add add-ons. So like, if you whatever tier you're at, like if you want to add an additional copy of the book, you can do that for a certain amount. They're going to be add-ons to the tiers, and we'll list those, and we'll do a Kickstarter update for those. And then next week, right? Excuse me, on Coming Frontline, we're doing a live Q&A Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Jay's going to moderate, and we're going to talk all about it. So we'll go more in depth than we did here. So if you want to learn more about the book, you can tune into that. Let's see what else. You know, obviously we'll keep unlocking milestones as we keep getting to higher levels and everything, funding. And we got some really cool stuff to share with you guys. So hopefully we get there. And yeah, so please go check it out. The Last Ember #1 on Kickstarter.
Yes. If we ever made a lenticular cover for any of our books at LEP 529, you're damn right the lenticular would work, and it would be by a good printer. We actually have a good printer. Bro, shout out to our really awesome printer, who is, by the way, Brant?
Well, for this, it's a different printer. But our usual printer is Page by Page. You can find them on Facebook. Search for Page by Page. Forget what it's actually called, but you can find it by Page by Page. And for the Kickstarter, we're going through an offset printer. It's going to be the largest print run we've ever done. We're going through a Kraken print, which, you know, we've gotten a lot of good feedback about them. And they send us samples, and they're a really good printer too. So we've got two really good printers. So.
Two good printers, amazing artists, amazing writers. How can you not be behind everything that's Last Ember Press related right now?
Absolutely.
And the start of the 529 universe that started with Celestial issue #1. Come on, guys. Hopefully you guys are on board with us already. Oh, Brant's holding Celestial Falcon issue #1.
Which
over there.
digital copy is available to all backers now.
We've reached the 50% level. So, guys, we're going to end it here. It's just been one of those weeks where there's really not much to talk about. That is the best topic I can honestly think of for right now. Hopefully we'll have more news and more stuff to talk about next week. If not, I'm going to start throwing Mike in front of the Mario Maker, but I promised Brant we were going to keep this show tight. And we were going to keep this show really fun, and watching Mike scream and yell will probably make Brant want to kill a lot of people. So I'm going to be nice to Brant this week, and I'm not going to do that. If you'd like to see Michael play a super difficult Mario Maker again, all you got to do is donate 5% next time.
Or they can make a level.
You can make Michael a level and just make sure that Last Ember goes up 5%, and he'll do it on Mario Maker, and he won't stop until he passes it. There you go. And thank you guys. I'm glad you guys enjoyed. Oh, yeah, Brent.
I was going to say, all I got to say about getting to our goal is you got to have faith, the faith, the faith.
And the drum stopped at that point, so
of course.
not throw a beat. So hopefully you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you guys back here next Friday for another Dark Avenger live, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday for Frontline live. It'll be this Tuesday, and then Media Madness follows, and then we'll be back here. So have a great weekend. Take care, and we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to flip your clocks back.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.